I'm Fallon Glick. Ambulance response times are critical, and some people living in Hardin County say the county is playing a dangerous game by not having adequate coverage. WDRB's Richard Essex has more on the plan to fix the gap.
When you call 911 in certain parts of Hardin County, it can take 45 minutes or longer for an ambulance to show up. Hardin County has 8 full-time ambulances, and they could move some around, or they could add one, but that costs money.
8 years ago, I had a heart attack, almost died.
Wendell Brown told the crowd that his son drove him to the hospital, and had he waited for an ambulance, he wouldn't have made it.
The doctor up there said if I had to wait for an ambulance, I would not be here.
Hardin County is a county of haves and have-nots when it comes to ambulance services.
We were blessed beyond words.
Melissa Skis lives in the western portion of the county, the area she and others say is without adequate ambulance service.
And that's the only reason I'm standing here, because things happen for a reason, and we don't know these reasons. And maybe this happened to my son, maybe even to open their eyes to help somebody else.
Her son was seriously injured riding a motorcycle in a field with his cousin, who was on an ATV. The two collided. An ambulance was 2 minutes away at a festival in White Mills.
I can't tell you time frames, because when you're standing in a field begging God not to take your child, 2 seconds seems like eternity. But I can tell you, if we would have had to have waited for the ambulance to get there, I don't know that my baby would be here right now.
We heard several people say they waited 45 minutes or longer for an ambulance. Data the county doesn't deny.
Note that the time from when a call to 911 is placed to an ambulance arriving on the scene in the West Hardin Fire District is about 30 minutes on average, with some runs taking as long as 45 minutes.
The county is expected to sign a lease on Tuesday with the West Hardin Fire Department. They have constructed an area to store an ambulance and a place for the crew. The county can move an existing ambulance there, which means another area of the county would have to settle for reduced service. Or they could buy a new ambulance and fund the salaries for an entirely new crew. The salary for a new crew is estimated at about $425,000 a year.
It is possible that the additional wages could be absorbed in our current budget. If not, we have millions of dollars in reserve, including about $7 million set aside from the sale of the hospital.
However, we are told that money from the hospital was intended for investment and not to plug holes in the budget. The judge executive told me that he will make the decision on Wednesday morning. In Hardin County, Richard Essex, WDRB News.